Let's review how Salesforce can be used for managing outbound grants. We'll look at the view for grant managers, but we'll also look at how grant seekers can interact with the Grantee portal. My name is Pierre Kaluzny. I work for Sputnik Moment. We're experts at implementing grants management systems on the Salesforce platform. Let's get started. As a grant manager, when I first log in, I see a dashboard. This dashboard includes high-level information about my programs, such as the amount awarded per program per year, or the amount awarded per program. So I can see here that 86% of the funds dispersed are to the senior pet shelter. I also see some actionable items such as upcoming payments and overdue grantee reports. If I keep scrolling down, I also see some tasks that are due for me to complete. So let's look at this overdue grantee reports here. I will click on the record itself, and this is going to take me to the actual grant that has an overdue grantee report. So that's a grant for an organization called Feeding Matters. We see the status awarded. We see the type of project. We also see a description of what this grant is. If it falls under the education program, if I go under disbursements, I'm going to see the list of payments that are associated with this grant. So there are two. Both of them have been paid. If I go under requirements, so those are grantee reports, I will see that the interim grantee report has been submitted and accepted. But the second report, the final report, is still open, and this is what's overdue. So what I can do here is either grab the phone call and make a phone call and log that call over to the right, or what I can also do is send an email to that person. The system will generate emails automatically, reminders to the grantee, but let's say I now want to send a more personal email. So over to the right side, I can use an email template. So let's use our overdue grantee report. It's automatically going to pre-populate with some language, and I can press send. All right, so that email is now sent. So let's hope that this will be enough for the grantee to complete their grantee report. And you can see here that the email has been logged, and it's available for all staff to see as part of the history of this grant. So now let's look at the view or the experience for grant seekers. Let's open an example of a grantee portal. So here is an example of a very simple grantee portal. So as a grantee, I can browse the existing grants that are offered by this foundation. So there are two. There's education grant and a senior pet shelter relief program. If you are inviting grants or grantees only, then the grantee would go to my applications and find the invitation to apply. So in this case, this particular grantee has one application that is in the status invited. You can also change as the grantee, you can change the view. So if you want to see maybe past grants that have been already awarded. So let's try to submit this application. I'm going to go ahead and open the application for which I was invited. This is a very simple application. So I can see that some information has already been entered. I'm going to go ahead and click Edit to make some changes. Again, this is a very basic implementation, very basic application. So I can add more information. I can change the amount that I'm requesting. Instead of $10,000, I'm requesting $15,000, and I can include more information maybe in the description of my project. Once I'm done, I can click Save and also submit when I'm ready to submit the application. Once the application has been submitted, the grant manager will be alerted and proceed with the internal review and approval. So let's look at what the view would look like for the grant manager at that point of the process. So with this chart, I will be able to manage my entire grant application portfolio. And the first box here under submitted is the grant that was just submitted by the grantee. So let's open it and complete the review. So here's the application. We see it was submitted, status submitted, and it was submitted today. It was submitted by Felix on behalf of an organization called Awesome Hearts Shelter, and they are requesting $15,000. At that point in turn, I can also see the, over to the right, I can see the application files that were uploaded. So if you want to collect information as an attachment, you can do that. But now what we want to do is complete the review. It's a very simple process. Someone internally is reviewing this application, capturing notes, and populating a date to indicate when that review was completed. And at that point, scroll back to the top and maybe change the status to either in reviewed, or if it's ready to be approved, then change the status accordingly. So let's make it very simple and let's mark it as approved and click save. Now that the application or the grant has been awarded, I can go ahead and create requirements or grantee reports. So there's already one that was automatically created since the grant was awarded, but I can manually create those grantee reports with the appropriate due date. You can also schedule disbursements or payments for this grant. So there's no disbursements at that point. And the system will generate reminders automatically either for the payments or the grantee reports. There's more we could demonstrate, but I want to keep this demo short. So just know that Salesforce Grants Management is adaptable for each foundation's business processes and can accommodate simple requirements or the most complex aspect of your review and approval. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at sputnikmoment.com. Thank you.